Mary Ann Britland came into the world in 1847 in Bolton, Lancashire. In 1866, she married Thomas Britland. The couple, along with their two daughters, Elizabeth Hannah and Susanna, resided in a leased residence. To support their family, Mary Ann juggled two occupations, working as a factory laborer during the day and serving as a barmaid during the night. In February of 1886, Mary Ann Britland visited a nearby chemist shop and purchased several packets of vermin killer, alleging a mice infestation in her home. Since the product contained strychnine and arsenic, she was obligated to sign the poison register. Tragically, Mary Ann's first target was her 19-year-old daughter Elizabeth Hannah in March of the same year. The attending doctor attributed Elizabeth's death to natural causes, further validating Mary Ann's actions. Exploiting the situation, Mary Ann promptly claimed £10 from Elizabeth's life insurance policy. Subsequently, her husband, Thomas, aged 44, fell victim to her sinister plans. Thomas's death on May 3rd was diagnosed as epilepsy, and once again, Mary Ann seized the opportunity to claim insurance benefits. Prior to these horrific events, Mary Ann had engaged in an extramarital affair with her neighbor, Thomas Dixon. Following her husband's death, she was invited to take up residence at the Dixon home, just across the street, courtesy of Thomas's 29-year-old wife, Mary. Tragically, on May 14th, Mary Dixon became Mary Ann's third and final victim. The suspicious deaths of three individuals, marked by eerily similar and peculiar symptoms, aroused significant doubt. Mary Ann Britland was ultimately interrogated by the police in connection with the death of Mary Dixon. Subsequently, a pathologist examined Mary Dixon's body and discovered a fatal quantity of the two poisons. As a result, Mary Ann was promptly arrested, along with Thomas Dixon. During her confession to the Ashton police, she admitted to her intentions of marrying Dixon and revealed that she initially poisoned her daughter, Elizabeth, due to suspicions about her own motives. She then proceeded to kill her husband and, ultimately, Mary Dixon. Mary Ann faced charges of murdering all three victims, although Thomas Dixon was determined to have played no role in his wife's murder. On July 22, 1886, Mary Ann stood trial before Mr. Justice Cave at Manchester Court. With the absence of a clear motive, her defense argued that the modest insurance payouts did not adequately compensate for the loss of her husband and daughter. According to an eyewitness present during the trial, which lasted 2 days, the evidence was overwhelming. The three deceased individuals had fallen victim to strychnine poisoning. Mrs. Britland had purchased significant quantities of mouse powder without any legitimate reason, as there was no evidence of mice present. Although the case focused on the poisoning of Mrs. Dixon, the deaths of the other victims demonstrated a pattern and refuted any claims of accidental harm. Even if the evidence had not been entirely conclusive, Mrs. Britland had engaged in indiscreet conversations regarding mouse powder and poisoning, displaying a keen interest in determining whether such poisons could be detected post-mortem. It took the jury a considerable amount of time to reach a verdict, but eventually they found Mary Ann guilty. Upon receiving her sentence, she adamantly declared her innocence to the court, proclaiming, "I am quite innocent. I am not guilty at all." In the early hours of August 9, 1886, Mary Ann Britland found herself in a debilitated state, requiring significant assistance from two female wardens as she made her way to the gallows. Mary Ann's screams filled the air as she pleaded for mercy. The compassionate women supported her on the trapdoors, while James Barry prepared her for the impending execution. Subsequently, two male wardens replaced the female ones. At the executioner's signal, the male warden swiftly stepped back, the trapdoor was released, and Britland plummeted into the void. This grim event marked the first instance of a woman being executed at Strange Ways Prison in Manchester. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing by clicking the red subscribe button below. And don't forget to ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. Your support means the world to us. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.